Lesson 10.1, Video 6. So I'm going to use, again, a method that I recommend first with this problem. And I'm going to say that I'm going to write this as 3 over 2, and I'm going to write the root of one big fraction, 8/12. Now I'm going to simplify that. So I know that 4 goes into 12 3 times, 4 goes into 8 twice. And that changes this now to 3, and I'm going to write the root 2 on top, and 2 and root 3 on the bottom. Well, that simplifies it quite a bit right away. Now, I cannot cross out the 2's because one's in a root and one's not, and I cannot cross out the 3's because one's in the root and one's not, so they are not able to cancel. So we are going to have to rationalize here. So again, the problem with the denominator is the root 3, not the 2. The 2 is okay. So to rationalize, I will multiply by root 3, and I have to do it top and bottom in order for the fraction to remain proportional. So now I have a 3 on top, and I can multiply my roots, and I get 6. On the bottom I have a 2 outside the root, and on the inside I get root 9. Now this is on purpose, because now on the bottom, root 9 is 3. So now I have 2 times 3 is 6. And now I have two numbers on the outside that can be simplified. And this is your answer. Now notice, I cannot simplify the 6 and the 2 because the 6 is in a root and it's untouchable. So this is the answer for that question. Next one, again I'm going to try and do the same thing. So I have 2/4, which I can simplify right away if I want, and I have the root of one big fraction. So I'm going to do this because we can. There's a 1 and there's a 2. 3 is a 1 and 6 is a 2. And I can take out one of those x's. And that leaves us with, on top, just the root of, all we're left with is x cubed. On the bottom, we have a 2 on the outside and a root 2 below. So the problem here is the root 2, not the 2. So I rationalize by multiplying by root 2, top and bottom. And that gives us the root of 2x cubed over 2 times root of 4. And again, that was on purpose because now we have 2 times 2 on the bottom because root 4 is 2. On the top we have 2x cubed in the root. So on the bottom we have a 4. And on the top, if you notice, we have 2. And I'm going to look at these x's. There's actually 3 of them, so I should simplify that. There's 2 of them, so I can pull one out. So we have x, and on the inside we have 2x and a 4 in the denominator. And our last one, notice they're both in the same, they're both in roots, so I can rewrite this just to see if anything simplifies before I have to rationalize. And I notice that I have 3 m's on top, 1 below, so I can cancel out one of those. And we're now on the numerator we have 4m squared. On the bottom I just have root 5 now. So that makes it a little bit easier to deal with. The root 5 is the problem, so we multiply top and bottom by root 5. And that equals 20m squared in the root. On the bottom we have root 25, again on purpose because now I can root that number. On the top I have the number of 20 and m squared, so I want to write that as prime factors. So over here I'm going to write down the prime factors of 20m squared. 2 and 10, 2 and 5, and here we have m and m. So we have 2 times 2 times 5, and then times m times m. As mentioned before, when there's 2 of something, you can pull out one of them. So now we have 2m on the outside. On the inside you're left with just the 5, all over 5. And again, we cannot cancel out the 5's because one's in root and one's not. And this ends Lesson 10.1, Video 6.